Hello everyone. I gave an interview in a company called Cognizant, and the interview location is the Delhi NCR, and the interview date was the July 19, 2025. So they asked me uh, this interview was based on the Apache Solar search platform. So almost all the question I got from Apache Solar only. So the first question they asked me types of the analyzer in solar. So in Apache Solar, an analyzer is a component used during indexing and searching to process textual data. It typically consists of a tokenizer followed by the token filters. Solar supports several types of analyzer based on use cases and languages. So here are the main types of the analyzers in Solar. So the first analyzer is the standard analyzer. So default analyzer for English and the general text. So usage standard tokenizer, lowercase filters and stop filters. So removes stop words, lowercase text and handle punctuation well. So use case general English text search. Second analyzer is a white space analyzer. So it splits text at white space, no filtering or lowercase. So use case is simple exact token splitting without any normalization. Third is the simple analyzer, split on non-letter characters, converts everything to lowercase. Use case basic normalization of text. Fourth one is the keyword analyzer. Treat the entire input as a single token. So no tokenization. Use case exact match fields like IDs, URLs or file path. Fifth is a stop analyzer. So similar to simple analyzer but also removes stop words. So useful when you want simple text handling with the stop word removal. Sixth is the classic analyzer. So older version of the standard analyzer, useful for backward compatibility with earlier Lucence versions. Seventh is the custom analyzer. You define a tokenizer plus one or more filters. So very common in the real world Solar setups. So example, you have analyzer and then inside that you have the tokenizer class solar dot standard tokenizer factory, then filter class solar dot lowercase filter factory, then solar dot stop filter factory, then solar dot snowball porter filter factory, language English, then analyzer close. Eighth is the language specific analyzer. Solar provides analyzer for many languages like English, Hindi, French, German, Chinese, etc. So each includes language specific tokenizer, filters, stammers, stop words list. For example, solar.hindi normalization filter factory, solar.icu folding filter factory. Ninth is the ICU analyzer, that is the Unicode based. So handles non-ASCII scripts, accent and complex languages. So usage ICU tokenizer, ICU folding filter, etc. So use case multilingual or internationalized application. 10th is the Edge N-gram or N-gram analyzer. So useful for the autocomplete or prefix suffix matching. So tokenize substring of tokens. For example, filter class solar.edge n-gram filter factory and min gram size 1 and max gram size 20. So summary table for the analyzer. First was the standard analyzer. So description default handle punctuation and use case general purpose text. Second was the white space analyzer. Description tokenized by white space. Use case exact token, no normalization. Third is the simple analyzer. description, letters only, lowercase. Use case, basic text fields. Fourth is a keyword analyzer. Description, no tokenization. Use case, IDs, file paths, codes. Fifth is the stop analyzer. Description, like simple plus stop words. Use case, basic plus filters, common words. Sixth is the classic analyzer. Description, legacy standards and use case, backward compatibility. Seventh, language analyzer, language specific tokenization and international applications. Eighth, custom analyzer, fully configurable and production systems use case. Ninth is the ICU analyzer, Unicode normalization and use case, multilingual search. 10th, ngram or h-ngram, that is a substring tokens, use case, autocomplete prefix search. So give an example from the scratch, means from the creating code. Okay, so how we will use these analyzer. Okay, so first of all we have to create one Solr core. Okay, with the custom analyzer. Then start Solr. If not running, then create a core. Okay, then go to the schema, Solr home, my core config, and inside the managed schema, then define a custom field with the analyzer, it managed scheme or via schema API, add a custom field. So your field should be like this: field type text custom class Solr.text field. Now analyzer will start, then tokenizer class, that is a Solr.standard tokenizer factory. Then filter class Solr.lowercase filter factory. Then filter class Solr.stop filter factory. Then porter stem filter factory. Then close the analyzer and field type. Then you have to create one field name, description, type text custom, index true, store true if this is not mentioned in the manage.schema. So what does it mean? Tokenizer which will split text into the words. Okay, first analyzer. Okay, then lowercase filter, it will convert it to the lowercase. Then stop filter removes common words like the, is, the. Okay, then porter stem filter applies stemming, like the running, you can change it into the run. Then also make sure stopword.txt exists in the config directory. Then you can restart the core and then add some documents. So you can post data using the post.jar or the curl. So we are using curl here. So use data.json file anywhere. Then you have to create one curl and then query string commit equal to true. Okay, then put id equal to 1 and description, the foxes are the running fast. Another JSON you can add here, id 2, description, a faster runner runs faster. Okay, so now we will hit the query localhost colon 8983 Solr my core, select, then query string q equal to description colon run. Okay, so output will be the both documents because of the stemming. Okay, so standard tokenization filter, lowercase filter factory, then stop filter factory and porter stem filter factory. So you index document and searching using the stem terms. Okay, so this was the analyzer in Apache Solr. The second question they asked me, how many nodes I was using in my current project or the previous project. So in my project, that is the government e-marketplace, I was only on the development environment where we had a standalone Solr setup with a single node and a single core. I did not directly work on the production cluster, but I do understand how Solr Cloud works with the multiple nodes, shards and the replicas, which are the typically used in production for scalability and fault tolerance. Question number 3. they ask me new request handler want to make. Okay, so you have to create one request handler and then you have to search. Okay, so when a user runs a search in Solar, the search query is processed by a request handler. So generally we write Solar query there. Okay, so first of all we have to update the managed schema.xml to define fields if it's not already defined. So field name ID, then string, then index true. Okay, then field name title, then text general, then field name category, then type string. So you have to manage three fields: ID, title, and category. Then you have to restart Solar. Okay, then save your JSON file. Okay, then you can create a JSON and then save it to anywhere. So okay, so you have a JSON name is solar underscore data dot JSON, and inside that the content is the ID equal to 1, title solar introduction, category search. Another ID equal to 2, title advanced solar querying, and a category search. So you have one JSON and there you have two IDs. Okay, with having the title and category also. So three fields are there. So now you have to post JSON data using curl. So using curl you have to post the data. So you have to run in the command line that curl. So curl, then localhost 8983 solar analyzer core. Let us suppose your core name is analyzer underscore core. Then update, then query string commit equal to true, -h content type application JSON data binary. Then you have to give the full path of that JSON file. Okay. So your curl has been okay, your curl is running now. So the next is the search the data. So search all documents. So you have to just hit one URL localhost :8983 solar analyzer core, select, then query string q equal to asterisk colon asterisk and ident equal to true. Okay, this is for the all document, and if you want to search it by the field, so look, you have to hit a URL localhost :8983 solar analyzer underscore core, select query string q equal to title colon solar. Now add custom request handler, that is the optional. Okay, so in solar config.xml, inside the config, you have to create a request handler name equal to /custom search, and then you have to create a class solar.search handler, then list name default, and then inside that you have to define Adimax title and name, that is the row, and then close the list and also close the request handler. Now you have to hit a URL localhost :8983 solar analyzer underscore core, then custom underscore search, then query string q equal to solar. Okay. Fourth question they asked me, which file we were using in the solar like JSON and XML in Apache Solar. So configuration, we have the configuration file like the solar config.xml, schema.xml or managed schema. So the format of these files is the XML. Now document indexing. So add.json or add.xml we can use for the document indexing, and generally the format is the JSON or XML. Third is the filters /security. We use a stopper.txt, synonyms.txt or security.json. So generally these file, the formats of these file is the txt or the JSON. So they asked me from where we are getting data in my project. Okay, so in the JAM project, that is the Government e-Marketplace project, I worked with the Apache Solar 8.7 and the integrated it using Solarium in PHP. For local setup, we manually created a core named db_collection using Solar's create core command. The Solar used to default managed schema which includes dynamic fields and matched the structure of the indexed documents. This allowed the project to run smoothly without the requiring any manual changes to schema.xml or solarconfig.xml. Our Solarium configuration pointed directly to the db_collection code, and once Solar was started, the project worked as expected. This simplified local setup for all team members and ensured consistency across environments. Question number 6, they asked me, how do you add fields? So, first of all, we have to start the Solar, then we have to create a new core or collection, then add a field using schema API. So you can add a field, for example, product name for type string using a simple HTTP post. So option A is the by using curl, and option B is using Solar Admin UI. Okay. So using curl-x post, and then you have to give the URL localhost:8983 Solar my collection schema -h content type application and /JSON, then add fields name, product name, type string, stored true, index true. Okay. Another option we have using Solar Admin UI. Okay, you have to hit the localhost:8983/solar and then click if you have created the core like my_collection, and then click to the schema. Then you can add the field. Click on the add fields. Then fill the name. Let us suppose you have entered the product_name. Then type string. Check stored index. Then click add fields. Okay. Step 4. Index a document. So curl-x post. Then the URL localhost:8983 Solar my collection update JSON docs -h content type application JSON -d, then ID 101, product name, and Samsung Galaxy S24. Now you have to commit it. So you have to hit our localhost:8983 Solar my collection update, then query string commit equal to true. Okay. Now another step is query the document. So localhost:8983 Solar my collection select, then query string q equal to *** and ident equal to true. Okay. So what we have done? So the summary is, first of all, we have to start the Solar, then create a core, then add fields via the schema API, index a document, and then query to verify. Okay. Another question they asked me, what is the soft commit and the hard commit? So soft commit makes documents visible to queries without flushing them to the disk. Hard commit writes changes to the disk. Expensive. Okay, this is much expensive. And real-time get it bypass the index to fetch the latest version of the document directly. Okay. So soft commit is make document visible to query without flushing them to the disk. Hard commit write changes to the disk. That is much expensive. And third is the real-time get bypass the index to fetch the latest version of the document directly. So so they asked me in the interview. So I said a soft commit makes data searchable quickly but does not persist it to disk, while a hard commit saves data to the disk and ensure durability at the cost of the speed. Or Apache Solar supports near real-time NRT indexing using a combination of soft commit. So makes document searchable quickly within 1 second. Okay, this is all about the soft commit. Makes document searchable quickly within 1 second, does not persist to disk, and ideal for the real-time use case. So syntax is auto soft commit, max time 1000, that is the 1 second, and then auto soft commit close. Second is the hard commit. flushes data to the disk. Loosens index plus transaction logs, makes document durable and persistent, slower than soft commit. So auto commit max size 15,000, max time, okay. So 15,000 millisecond means 15 seconds. So auto commit, okay. So ensures data safety but not as fast for the search visibility. Third is the real time get, that is the RTZ. Fetch latest version of a document even before soft or hard commit. Okay, so get slash solar slash core slash get query string ID equal to 123. So useful for confirming an update was successful. So that is the real time get, that is faster than the soft commit and the hard commit. Fourth is the transaction log, that is T-log, stores recent update in the memory and log, enable RTG and soft commits, helps recover data after the Solar restart. So summary is Solar achieves real-time indexing using soft commits for fast search visibility, hard commits for durability, and real-time get to access the latest version instantly. It balances performance and the safety using a transaction log. Eighth question, they ask me, what is the manual commit? So a manual commit tells Solar to write pending updates to disk and make them searchable. It is used when the auto commit is disabled or delayed. So way to commit manually, first using the URL browser or the curl. So localhost colon 8983 slash solar slash my collection slash update query string commit equal to true. Okay. Or if you are using the command line, so you have to hit the curl http localhost 8983 slash solar slash my collection slash update query string commit equal to true. Send post with JSON, that is optional. If you are posting JSON docs, you can commit like this. So curl -x post, then you have to provide the URL, then content type JSON, okay. And if you want to use the Solarium, that is a PHP example. So let us suppose you are using a file solarium underscore add underscore commit dot php, and you have just added require vendor slash autoload. So it will load the Solarium and then set up, then dollar client equal to new Solarium client endpoint. Then you have to provide the local host, port, path, and core them. Okay. That create update query. So dollar update equal to client, dollar update equal to client, and create update. Then add a document, document update, create document, doc ID equal to 101, doc product name Samsung Galaxy S24. Then update, add document, doc. So manual commit, update, that is add commit. Then execute, result equal to dollar client update and dollar update. So echo document added and committed successfully. Okay. Now we have one what do you call one URL 127.0.0.08983 solar my collection search query string equal to asterisk colon asterisk and wt equal to JSON. Then you will get the output response header status 0 q time 1 params q wt JSON. Okay, and that is the response header. Okay, second response num font 1 start 1 num font exact true id 101 product name Samsung Galaxy S24 version root 101. Okay, so this is the manual commit. Question number 9, they asked me, how do you get solar data in your system, JSON or in XML? So to get data from solar on your system, you can use the HTTP GET request to retrieve results in either JSON or XML format. Okay, so get data in the JSON format. So you have one URL localhost 8983 solar my collection /select query string equal to asterisk colon asterisk and wt equal to JSON response. So response header, then response num found docs id equal to 101, product name Samsung Galaxy S24. Second, get data in the XML format. So localhost 8983 solar your core name, then select q equal to asterisk colon asterisk and wt equal to XML. Okay, so let us suppose you can replace your code name with a my collection or in your code name. Okay, so the response will be response name num found 1 start 0 id 101 name product name and then close the response. So parameter explain q equal to asterisk colon asterisk, so it will show query for all documents. Okay, wt equal to JSON, that is response format at JSON, and wt equal to XML, response format as XML. Question number 10th, they asked me, have you ever made changes in solar config.xml and schema.xml? So in the government e-marketplace GEM project, I worked with the Apache Solar 8.0 and integrated 8.7 and integrated it using Solarium in PHP. For local setup, we manually created a core named DB collection using Solar create core command. Solar used the default managed schema, which include dynamic fields that matched the structure of our indexed documents. This allowed the project to run smoothly without requiring any manual changes to schema.xml or solarconfig.xml. So our Solarium configuration pointed directly to the DB collection core, and once Solar was started, the project worked as expected. This simplified local setup for all team members and ensured consistency across environment. So yes, I have made changes in the both schema.xml and solarconfig.xml in my professional and the personal projects. Apart from that, in my personal project at home, I frequently make changes in the both the files. For example, defining new field types, adding filters like the Agengram filter factory, configuring copy fields, enabling spell check or highlighting in solarconfig.xml, and setting up auto commit and custom require request handler. So yes, I am comfortable making structure and functional changes in these configuration files as needed. So how many request handler are there? The next question they asked me. So in Apache Solar, there are the several types of the request handlers, and you can also define custom request handler in the solarconfig.xml. So here is a list of commonly used request handler. First, /select. Most commonly used for the querying documents. Handles get post queries with queue, FQ, FL, rows, start, sort, etc. For example, localhost :8983 solar my collection select query string equal to asterisk colon asterisk and wt equal to JSON. Second, update used for adding, updating or deleting documents. So usually via post with the JSON or XML payload. So example, you have to hit a curl in command line, curl localhost :8983 solar /my collection /update -d id1 name test, and then you have to provide the content type application JSON. Third, handles administrative tasks like ping, health check or core status, etc. For example, one URL localhost :8983 solar admin course and query string action equal to status. Fourth, update JSON, a simplified handler to post JSON updates. Supports commands like add, delete and commit. Fifth, /get retrieves a document by ID faster than select for single document fetch. Example, localhost colon 8983 solar slash my collection get query string id equal to 101. Sixth, export used to stream large results sets in a cursor based approach useful for exporting millions of docs. Retrieve sorting on a unique key. Seventh, spell provides spelling suggestion needs to be configured in solarconfig.xml. Eighth, slash terms return term statics like the unique values or frequency, helpful for formatting and autocomplete. Ninth, suggest provides autocomplete suggestions, often used with the analyzing suggester or FST lookup, etc. Tenth is the replication, used for master-slave replication setup. 11th, admin slash ping, used for the pinging Solar to check availability. 12th, browse, optional slash custom, sometimes used in the custom UIs. So you can also define your own request handler. So request handler name equal to slash custom class solar.search handler. List name default, str name echo params explicit, str name rows 10, list request handler. Okay. So solar request handler summary table I want to discuss. So request handler purpose and example. Okay. So first is the slash select request handler. Query documents the purpose of the select. Then localhost colon 8983 slash solar, then slash my collection, then select query string equal to asterisk colon asterisk. Request handler slash update, add update or delete documents. Post to slash solar my collection update. Okay. Update slash JSON, send JSON formatted update. Post to slash solar my collection update slash JSON. Then slash get handler, request handler, fetch document by ID, localhost colon 8983 colon slash solar slash my collection slash get query string ID equal to 101. Export, this is request handler. Stream large result set used with the cursor mark and sorting. Admin request handler, solar admin task. So slash solar slash admin course and query string action equal to status. Then admin slash ping. So health check for solar core. So localhost colon 8983 slash solar slash my collection slash admin slash ping. Then terms, fetch term statistics like the frequencies. Localhost colon 8983 slash solar slash my collection slash terms query string terms.f, then field name. Spell, spelling suggestion must be configured in solarconfig.xml. Suggest, autocomplete slash suggestions needs suggester setup. Replication, master slave replication control. So localhost colon 8983 solar my collection slash replication. Browse, UI based browsing custom setup, that is the optional. Then customs, user defined handler via solarconfig.xml as defined in the solarconfig.xml. So I have worked with the major request handler like the select, update, get, suggest in both my home and client projects. I have also configured custom handler in the solarconfig.xml for features like suggestion and synonym. So how many solar request handler I just discussed? So select, update, update JSON, get, export, admin, admin ping, terms, spell, suggest, replication, and browser. So these are the 12 request handler I discussed here. So the last question they asked me, can you tell me the path of the solar.log? So I said, if you have installed solar in the drive C, then C solar file name, then slash server, then inside that you have a directory called logs, and then inside that you have the solar.log. So this was the interview in a company called the Cognizant, and the location was the Delhi NCR, and the interview date was the July 19, 2025. So I will share more interview question with you. Till then, bye.